Hey everyone, my name is Twinkle and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you everything about how to prepare for your video interview. I'm going to be discussing all those ways in which you can prepare for your interview, and also I'm going to share you a few tips and tricks in which you can excel in your video interview. So if you're someone who's looking to prepare or who's already preparing to give a video interview, especially with airlines, then this video is for you. Keep on watching. So now, if you've been following me, you already know that Qatar Airways has started doing video interviews. However, they are doing it only for shortlisted candidates. But if you've seen my last few videos, which I'll link it here, if you haven't, please go and check it out. You will know how important is it for everybody else also to prepare for video interviews, because if you see the situation, the pandemic around, having everything in taking everything into consideration, there are high possibilities of Qatar Airways making this as their permanent process of recruitment. And there are other airlines who are also doing video interviews, where which I already told you to please go and research and target them from now on, because after this they might be the ones who are the first ones to recruit you, recruit their cabin crew, and who knows, if you become the next candidate who gets selected to do a video interview. So you should be well prepared with how and what things do you need to keep in mind before you prepare for your interview. So when we talk about video interviews, apart from the questions and answers, apart from the recording part, the knowledge part, which also I've done a video on, if you haven't checked it out yet, please do check it out after this video. I will also link it somewhere here. So apart from that knowledge part, there are a few very important things which the interviewer is looking at, which is really important in terms of your interview application, which they review, which needs to be kept in mind when you are doing your video interview. So let's not do any further delay, and let's talk about what are those steps that you need to take in consideration when you are preparing for your video interview. So the first and the most basic and by far the most important thing for the interview is the place. Find a quiet place which is well lit and free from disturbances. Now, for instance, if you are going to do it in a room, make sure that your room is locked. Make sure that the background is neutral. If you don't have a perfect background, what you can do is you can put a backdrop or a sheet, or there are other ideas which you can come up with, but try to have a neutral background. It creates a good impression on the interviewer as well. And make sure that your room is well lit. If you think your room is dark and the lighting is not proper, try to put a lamp or adjust the light or do something to have a better lighting, so that the interviewer can also have a better picture of you. Also, make sure that if you're in a room, you inform everybody around to not make noise, keep it low, and also lock your room so that nobody can interrupt you and your interview is interruption and distraction free. Now, after you found the perfect place for yourself, you created a setup. Make sure your technical setup, which is your internet connection, your microphone, the audio, your webcam, all of these are technically good to go. Check the speed, do a test for your microphones, your webcam. Check everything, do it before you actually get into the interview, so that you don't get interrupted. Interruptions is the last thing that you want to think about during a video interview. So do all of these things before. Check your microphones, the voice level, everything needs to be done before. Make sure that there are no unnecessary tabs which are open, which are not needed. All the applications, if you're doing it on a phone, should be closed. So all these things needs to be taken care of. Now, when you're done with your technical setup and your place is also sorted, the next thing when you start to log in is read everything carefully and practice. Now when you are opening the whole application, you will see there is a set of rules, description, there are videos which familiarize you. Please go through them. If there are practice sessions, I would advise you, recommend you to practice as much as you can until you're comfortable with the whole setup before you start going for an interview. This will help you not only to get comfortable but also create an ease of how everything is done. Apart from that, if you think you really need a lot of practice, what you can do is you can video call your friends or your colleagues which you think can give you a better feedback and correct you, which also kind of makes it easy and which will create a habit of you talking to someone over a video or while you're recording. And if you're going for a recorded interview, you can also do a selfie recording test sort of a thing. Like you can just record yourself and look at yourself, what wrong things are you doing if you're using a lot of hand gestures, or you're doing something which is not looking professional or appropriate. So you can check yourself by this method. The next very important thing is your attire. To dress professionally, you will only use business attire, business professional attire, the similar that you would have chosen in case you were going for an interview in person. Choose light colors, please avoid bright colors. Go for something neutral and block. Do not go for patterns, and please dress up in full. Do not think that I'm on a video and I can just dress until my waist, which is visible. You never know, you might have to get up for any other reason. So the interviewer asks you to take a turn or walk for me or do whatever. You never know. So please don't take a chance. Plus, it also gives you an actual environment of how it is to give an interview in person. So please dress full. Do not get lazy. For the boys, please go ahead and wear a tie and a jacket if you can. For the girls, when you're doing your makeup, please make sure that your hair is away, neatly tied. You go for a neutral, however, a nicely groomed makeup. If you guys want me to make a video on how you need to do your makeup or how your grooming needs to be for an interview, comment below and let me know in the comment section and I will do that for you. Now, something which is really important is to maintain an eye contact and look at your body language. So to have a positive body language. Now, how you can do that is whenever you're doing your interview, make sure that you're looking at the camera, like the webcam that you have. So there are higher possibilities of your eyes being aligned to the interviewer eyes when he's reviewing your application, or otherwise when you're talking to them in a two-way recorded interview. Also, when you're sitting, make sure that your shoulders are open, you're sitting with your back straight, your feet are planted on the ground and your hands are nicely either rested on your lap or on the desk. Please be comfortable. However, don't be complacent with respect to your body language. Don't slouch, don't give them an impression that you're not interested. It might appear as very unprofessional. Don't keep on fidgeting with things. Mind your gestures. Don't do a lot of hand movements out of nervousness. Smile whenever you think you need. Don't be just like having a poker face. Smile, nod when you think you need to, so that you give them an impression that you're understanding and that you're interested in this conversation. Don't look here and there. Just be very focused. You will be surprised, for all of you all who do not know about this, that 70% of your communication is body language. So body language in aviation is very important, even more than what you're saying, what your content is, what your words are. So watch your body language. If you think you need to work on it, please do make a recording of yourself, record yourself in your phones, and please watch out your body language and work on it. Now, when you're talking, make sure that you're speaking slowly and clearly. Now, video interviews, I'm sure definitely there are a lot of people who are not comfortable with this idea of giving an interview over a video call or over, digitally. So I'm sure there are a lot of people who are nervous, and when you're nervous, you tend to rush. You tend to speak very fast. You tend to speak whatever you sometimes you don't even make sense of what you're saying because you're that nervous. You don't even know, neither do you know, nor does the interview knows what you're talking about. So make sure when you read something, when you are asked something, you give a 6-second pause, you think about it, and then you start talking about it. Think what you're saying, speak slowly, speak softly, don't go too loud, don't be too soft. Just be neutral, have a constant pace, so you come across someone who's very confident, who's very comfortable, and very, very professional. Now, when we talk about answering the questions and talking, make sure you stick to the point. You do not beat around the bush. You have a time limit. Please make sure, make a note of time limit. Keep an eye on the timer that you have. You don't want to run out of the time before having said what you wanted to say. Now, talking about answering and replying, giving your responses, you need to stick to the question, you need to stick to the point. When I say that there is a time limit precisely of 2 minutes, please make sure that you keep a tab of the time. You keep an eye on the timer while you're answering your questions. Stick to the point, don't make stories. Give them a direct answer, be concise, be precise. Tell them what you want to in the given time, because you don't want to have a situation where you haven't said what you wanted to and the time is already over. Please avoid such situations. Prepare for your answers, prepare for your time limits before even you go for an interview. Now, if you think that you're someone who cannot remember, or you need something to probably help you during your rounds, if you want to have some keywords and you think that you can Google it, please do not think of Googling. Instead, stick notes. What you can do is have keywords of the questions or whatever you think will help you on the computer or laptop, or something which is right above the level of the webcam. So when you just you move your eye away, you just like, it is not so noticeable when you're looking at those stick notes for just a keyword. It's easy for you, it helps you. However, it does not even make the interviewer, you're not so noticeable to the interviewer while you're doing that. I will advise you not to write answers, big paragraphs and big statements or lines, because when you try to read them, your eyes will go away from the webcam, and everything, trust me, everything is noticeable, everything is recorded, and definitely the interviewer will get to know that you're trying to read from somewhere. So this notes, if you want, you can use a little you can use stick notes for your keywords if that helps you. So you can do that, but avoid Googling. For that matter, do not even keep your phone, which is my next point. Put your phone away. If you're someone who cannot stay without phone, who gets distracted easily, or even for that matter, for everyone, I will suggest you, highly advise you to keep your phone away. What I will advise you is to put your phone on switched off mode rather than putting them on silent or vibrations, because even they somehow distract you. Imagine if you're in the middle of the interview and you just see that your phone is flashing or even vibrating, for that matter, it will definitely distract you. And please do not think of Googling or fidgeting with your phone or anything of that matter while you're giving your interview. Trust me, everything is noticeable during a video interview. The last very important point which is related to this is also, please have only essentials around you or on your table, and phone is definitely not one of those. Please have a bottle of water around you, keep one pen or a notepad with you, or something that you need. Of course, the notes that you want, you can stick them, have them ready before you even start doing the setup of the interview. Please have a copy of your CV if you want to. However, make sure when you have these things around you, do not pick them up, start fidgeting with your pen. People who do click with their pens. When you do that, that's very annoying. You will not even know that you're doing it. However, it will all get recorded, so you definitely don't want to have those situations. So avoid it. Have your essentials, make use of them, but do not misuse them. Apart from that, have the chargers of the devices that you're using if you want, have your glasses if you wear them, and basically keep these things which are needed. Apart from that, do not have anything which is not required. Declutter to the most, and good luck for your video interview. And that is all that I had to share with this video of mine. I hope you found this video of mine very helpful and that you make use of these pointers while you're preparing for your video interview. If you think there is something else that you want to give a suggestion of that is important while preparation of a video interview, please leave it down in the comment section below. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my social media handles. Do not forget to press the bell icon so you never miss a new video by me, and I will see you in my next one. Till then, bye bye.